Welcome to Angel Impact, the official podcast of the Wisconsin River Business Angels. Episode 30, The Power of Syndication, Part 3.
Leanne described sea life at some length, so I'm wondering, Brad, could you describe your understanding of what Pyran does, and then Jeff, could you describe Nurse Disrupted, just so we know what those businesses do, and then I'll go back and probably put those in where you described it. So
I feel more comfortable describing Nurse Disrupted.
Let's do that. Go ahead, Brad.
Okay. Brad, tell us what does Nurse Disrupted do?
Sure. Well, Nurse Disrupted is led by what I think we probably all feel very similar, is that Bree Laughlin is just a phenomenal CEO. She has a tenacity and just some ingredient that you do not see in a lot of founders. And there is no in her world. So I would say that that's one of the standout things that you definitely see in Bree. But so first of all, she has that ingredient, and then you pair that with a passion of bringing healthcare to people that are underserved as just a basis for building a culture around an organization to bring that to bring healthcare to people that either don't have it now or are getting a poor quality of it, and equalizing things, and then figuring out a way to monetize that. But the monetizing part just automatically happens. And she knew her numbers very well as to how she was going to scale, what her costs were going to be. When asked direct questions on those things, you could tell she was a business person as well and had no apologies for making money at what she's doing. But her true passion and her culture was built around something that goes deeper than the dollars and cents of things. So I would say, from a depth and breadth, she had both of those.
And what exactly does the business do, Brad?
Sure. She gave, the easiest example of somebody that lives in a rural community that may not have access to specialized care. Instead of having the reliability of a link in their home to do a home care visit, not home care visit, but to do a virtual visit, that they could drive to a clinic 5 miles away and meet with a specialist that's in Milwaukee, but they're in Wausau, Wisconsin. And she has both hardware and software to make that happen on a reliable basis, so that you bring the care directly to people in rural areas.
Okay.
So I would say that's, the easy explanation she has, and that's a gift as well, because what she's working on behind the scenes is incredibly complex. And her experience at Epic with electronic medical records and being able to, cryptography is very important with these devices. You can't just set up an iPad somewhere. Yeah. So her ability to explain what is complex, but to the end user, it's as simple as touching a screen and having two choices to pick from, so that it's not a technological nightmare for somebody that doesn't have that aptitude.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, very well explained. Thank you. And Jeff, you want to talk about what Pyran does a little bit? I'm honestly still not quite entirely clear myself on that one.
Pyran is a very simple business, and that was one of the things that impressed us.
Yeah.
Pyran developed a catalytic method for converting furfural to 1,5-pentane diol.
Okay.
Now that should make perfect sense to everybody. And it's interesting, before I got involved with Pyran, I had no idea what furfural was or what 1,5-pentane diol was, but I did learn. And that's also the exciting thing about being an angel investor or working with an angel investing group, is that you get to learn so much. And this is all cutting edge technology. So furfural is a intermediate chemical that is made from corn cobs, corn stovers, or whatever they call it. Anyway, so it's made from organic material. They convert it to furfural. Now, as far as 1,5-pentane diol is concerned, that is also another intermediate chemical that's widely used in the production of stains and paints and adhesives and some plastics. So they've developed a method for catalyzing the conversion of furfural into 1,5-pentane diol. Right now, the only way that you can get 1,5-pentane diol is from petroleum products. So this is a renewable product, and they not only have it available as an organic, made from organic materials, but it's also less expensive than the petroleum-based products.
Okay,
so does that make sense?
Jeff,
And
you
at
passed
least as
chemistry.
durable.
You did a great job explaining that.
Giving him an A.
Yeah.
I think my dad used to say, yesterday I couldn't spell engineer, and today I are one.
So what is that? Okay, that end product. What was it? Penta something.
1,5-pentane diol.
So
PDO.
what is that used for? Is that a variety of
So I said
applications?
it's widely used in the production of stains, paints, adhesives,
Oh, okay.
coatings. And I think right now they're looking at an application of that product in the ultraviolet conversion products for coatings, UV cure finishes.
What that product has is it has a reactive group or two on it that can link with other types of chemicals to get certain type of properties, like acrylics, nylons, polyurethanes, all these things. This thing sits in the middle and represents maybe a third to a half of that product, and all these other reactive chemicals become the product we know as a paint, an adhesive, a sealant. So it's sort of buried in there. It's sort of nondescript, but they only sell multi-billion-dollar worth of that every year.
Okay.
Spoken like a true chemist, huh?
I was gonna say, yeah.
Can you see two excited geeks here talking about chemicals? And now that we're just laying it all out there, if I were to try to summarize WIP's first involvement, they saw a lot of the science, but the true guess was, how big of a deal is it to be able to make this product? So once they prove that it could be done less expensive, and I think the science even proved out that it's a better product. Now look at the ramifications of that. Being able to be a paint manufacturer and selling a paint that no longer has oil in it. It's not an oil-based paint, that it's a fully renewable product that's at least as good as the old product, and being able to offer it less expensive.
Yeah.
Now you understand.
Yeah.
That's what you call disruptive technology.
Yeah, and it's going to be really exciting to see where Pyran goes, and that touches on all these themes of value and use, and other things that are in the framework of the WRBA, the due diligence. So we've episodes about that too. Another thing about Pyran is I know Kevin is it's just the stunning example of someone who was basically studying chemistry in a lab, and I'm not sure where he saw himself in 10 years, but it wasn't as like the equity holder in this this major new technology company, but yeah, discovered this process, and then because of all these organizations, like the Technology Council and WRF, things like that, it was that infrastructure was in place to find this technology and this process and turn it into a scalable company that angels are interested in. Did I get that right?
Totally.
Okay. Yeah. Totally. And I've come to see, from talking to Jeff and Leon and Brad, that that is a big vision here, with the Angel Network in Wisconsin, and the way that it interfaces with all that infrastructure that flows through the university system and all that. So
yeah, I think what I know that someone had introduced Kevin to the prospect of taking his invention, his intellectual property, to turn it into a business, because he was new to business. He was new to all this stuff, but he was a sponge. I've never seen someone that could grasp things as quickly as he did. And he was the CEO for that company for the first few years of its existence. And now I think Leon serves on the board for Pyran. So he's got an inside track on what's going on, and he's watched the company develop, and it's been very impressive.
Yeah. Well, just a really great conversation today about syndicating angel investment groups. And, you can hear all the benefits that, and advantages that come of that, sharing due diligence, sharing expertise, leading the way, like demonstrating to one another that something is a good investment, and ultimately the entrepreneurs win. The entrepreneurs get these even bigger networks of investors who will support them with their capital and their mentoring, and and all the people and organizations in their networks. So if you didn't love angel investing already, like, it's just another reason to love it. We're really grateful to Brad for joining us today. So thanks again to Brad, who's the co-manager of Wisconsin Investment Partners. Yeah,
I do want to at least make a comment that I wonder if investors in central Wisconsin know how good of an organization that exists. What you guys have done in this organization to bring a cohesive group of people together, and the timeless work and effort that you put in to bring good investments to people, is something that I don't think a region should take for granted, because it's a delicate system. We talked about Pyran, but think if Leon wouldn't have taken the time to dive in and get to know that, there's a good chance that Pyran would not be in your portfolio, nor would it be in WIP's. So there's a responsibility that I think weighs pretty heavily on these guys' shoulders to dig into these companies. And they do one hell of a job to create this ecosystem. And it only exists when they have the support of investors that also take the time to learn about companies and offer their information as well. So thanks for what you guys are building right now. I'm coming into Wisconsin Investment Partners as a second year of a co-manager, seeing what 20 years of that history and how it's building up, and you guys are on a trajectory to exceed that in the future. So keep doing what you're doing, I guess, is the big takeaway. But thanks so much for, first of all, inviting me up to your meeting that you had a few months ago, and just the continuous work back and forth. I greatly appreciate being part of your group.
And thank you and WIP for the support. Again, we leaned heavily on you for the beginning and how to form this and start it. So, and we really appreciate the help and assistance that you provided to develop this angel group here. So,
yeah,
thank you very much.
All right. Well, great conversation today. And my name is Aaron Marks, and I've been here with Jeff Ebel, who's the president of the Wisconsin River Business Angels, and Leanna Ostrowski, who's the chair. And we've had our special guest, Brad Bodden, from Wisconsin Investment Partners. So hope you enjoyed that. I really did. And I appreciate angel investing even more. So this is, yeah.
Go ahead. I was just going to say thank you, Brad. Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. You're good at moderating these things, because it's easy to get down a rabbit hole and just keep going, but you bring us back. So that's good.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. So this has been Angel Impact, and that's the official podcast of the Wisconsin River Business Angels. And the Wisconsin River Business Angels is Central Wisconsin's only angel investing group. And we'll see you on the next episode of Angel Impact. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Aaron.
So long.
Bye, Brad.
All right.
Bye, Leon.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks for listening to Angel Impact, the official podcast of the Wisconsin River Business Angels. To learn more about the Wisconsin River Business Angels, visit the website at www.midwestwealthventures.com or find us on Facebook.